Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, where today we're in the Howling Pit. Yay! And we get to fight over there at the flaming derelict area, the executioner, and we have the giant swamp here in the middle, so you can kind of see the path that you need to go through is like straight through the middle, but there's a whole lot here in between. So today we are going for something that's a little bit weird, but we're going for the Snowdrift Sharur, and we are going to be pairing up with a lot of Ichor regeneration, so we can have tons of Ichor to be using Elemental Wall as well as Freezing Roar all along the way. Now you'll notice here that we have an 81 lightning when we use Elemental Wall and a Insulating Tonic. You'll notice that we go over 160. So that is what our bread and butter defense will be here, because we do have the Ivory Grace, which does allow for us to be smacked pretty hard, all things considered, against the enemies. So as we get up all of our buffs going here, also you'll notice that we have the Sharur here with the defense values, and so what we can notice here is that if we go for a charge attack, we get our ice values going, and we have an insane amount of Ichor recovery here as we go along the way. And you'll notice that we have an insane amount of damage from our charge attack, and since we don't have a whole lot of stamina as we go through the area here, it will be advantageous to go for these charge attacks here along the way to make sure that we have enough damage and everything along the way here, because we will be needing to do a whole lot of damage here along the way in order to survive each of these encounters. Okay, and you can see the amount of damage there that a charge attack can be capable of as we go along, and it's pretty amazing that the Sharur is a very low damage value weapon. As you can see here, almost not even 2,000 damage, and we are like almost at max level damage for this thing, even with Swift Destruction and Hammer Mastery, so it's not looking too good for us in that regard. However, what it makes up, or what it lacks in damage, it makes up for in the always constant availability of that 5% ice damage, which means that we get a free bonus 30% weakness of the enemy to ice damage, and since it is a crush hammer, we get a 10% weakness in damage to the enemy. So very good here that we are able and capable to do that. And so now what we will want to do is switch to lightning for the big stone crusher here. Whoa. Okay, that was a crash. Interesting. So anyways, what you can do is at each of the places where you join in with the different enemies, you can switch the elemental damage values out. Just don't go for the charge attacks versus the stone crushers, as that will be not the way that you want to go about engaging, because they will resist your ice damage very hard. So sorry about the delay there, but switching out your elemental damage values can be a very significant way to make sure that your damage values are still valuable and still top-notch damage sets, because otherwise you're going to run into places where if you are just continuing to use ice along the way, you will run into some serious problems just because of the fact that you will be doing damage that plays into the enemy's strength as opposed to the enemy's weakness. So, okay, let's try this again here. And hopefully we can fight Mr. Stonecrusher without a loss of game here. And since we also have a Pierce Lightning Veil, it does very, very well here. Okay. And Io is great at smashing this boy. And as you can see, we are more than capable to simply dance around the fella. Now we do have to wait for lightning weapon to expire, so that is kind of a bummer here. But we'll get our tonics and everything going here while we run around and pick up a bunch of these items. Okay, so we've got lightning weapon over there, so we can continue to go for our crush ice here along the way, and we are able to indeed crush these guys pretty hard. Okay, there we go. Good, excellent. Okay, now you'll notice here as we get over to this fella, obviously he is one of the more difficult fellas for damage and defense and everything. So we'll head over here, we'll grab the key, we'll see what he's going to do. He's going to explode, so definitely want to run away and oh yep, I was gonna say he might get us here. Oh, perfect, a backstab. That is very, very good. Okay, let's go for a charge attack here. Oops. Oops, okay. Yes, Mr. Mudgorger is definitely pretty tough if you try to straight up attack him and kill him. This is not the place or the time or the build that we want to be going for to actually attack him in this area in this way. We want to be going for a little bit of a different set, but Ice Crush is not what we want to be going for, but it's okay. We got the key, and we do need to go back to get our haze, and so we can head on over and just grab our haze and a simple snatch and grab later, and we will be on our way. Now you can see that our attacks there don't do much versus these guys for backstabs, because they have incredible lightning defense. But for what we are going for here, what we have is not a horrible setup for the Mudgorger here. It's just not something that is agreeable to his attack set. Okay. Is he going to explode? Oh, okay. He hits through walls. Yo. Thank you. Okay, we got these guys now. Okay, and let's go ahead and launch him. I think we can launch him twice here, so that'll be good. Oh, good job, Eo. And let's go for a charge attack here. That should end him. Very good. Okay, so that is a very poor way to go about engaging with that fella. However, he is pretty intense overall, and if we are able to ruin him first, he will not ooh, a little sneaky brine mass here, killing us with ice or with venom. And unfortunately, Eo is not going for Panacea's essence, so we are just slowly dying on the vine here. And we'll see if we actually die out, or if or what will be the case here. It's fine if we time out and die out, because Eo will pick us up right away. So let's go ahead and heal here just to be safe, because the Stonecrusher, again, he is resistant to our attacks with ice. So we will switch here if we can. And because we're doing crush damage as well, that is pretty much the worst thing we could be going for. That's bad that we went for the ice there, but that's okay. It was towards the end of his life anyways, so we got the heavy resistance of the 40% resistance to ice there, but we had 5%, so that's 35% that he had, so not too bad overall, but definitely not something that you want to engage all the time with. Okay, and a charge attack here will do nicely, and we don't have our ability here to go for ice damage, so that is unfortunate, but it doesn't matter as the balls there will kill themselves. And for the executioner fight, it really doesn't matter if you go for lightning, blood, or ice. They all do the same damage, so you can keep this being whatever you wish, but because of these fellas here, well, whoops, we'll go for the ice damage here. So you can see 8,000 damage is very, very, very nice. That is a very good sum of damage to go for, and as you can see, it makes quick work of these fellas. And the attack, the charge attack, does have a, leaping strike forward, so that is very, very, very nice that we have that ability to go for, because we are able to actually hit the enemy and make them take damage from pretty far away as we close the gap, just like you see there. So that's very, very good, and we can do that pretty much everywhere that we can find these fellas. We can close the gap very quickly and very easily to ruin them fast. So very, very good here overall. We will not need elemental wall for the executioner fight, and we won't need the blood veil that we have currently, so we are able to swap those out for some better items here along the way. So we can swap this for gift prowess, and we can swap this for the fortified version, so gift dark for the blood-sucking blades, and this for bridge to glory, as well as the dark for freezing roar along the way. So we have our dex and willpower up to make sure that we can use time crunch, while at the same time being able to use gift prowess and blood-sucking blades. So that that passive is exceptionally essential for what we are going for in the build. Now, going for the charge attack during the executioner fight is kind of odd, but it can help us at certain points close that gap at very opportune moments. So we will have to keep that in mind. Sure, here I guess we can go for this. Okay, now the executioner is pretty tough with this setup because all we have is a weapon here, and we can go for a couple of attacks here along the way, and we can go for some charge attacks. As you can see, we get back a huge amount of ichor on one charge attack here. Okay, and we can go for charge attacks here. So it really doesn't matter what we do here as far as damaging attacks, because everything we do is crush ice, and unfortunately we are not capable to do too many attacks here from long range. We do have one in our freezing roar here, so that's nice. Whoops, missed both. Oh, good job, you. And as you can see, if we do get hit, we are pretty much dead right away, just because of the fact that we don't really have a whole lot of longevity built into our setup here. Okay, now it would be great if we could actually get a charge attack off to hit her. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Whoops. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's go for a charge attack here. There we go. And you see we got like 16 Ichor out of that. Let's go for another charge attack. Oh, come on. That is a painful way to get toasted there at the end. But you can see that we're not really allowed to take any kind of hits along the way. But we do have ample enough damage that we can hold our own. But the Ichor recovery is just absolutely crazy for our hammer because of all of the Ichor increases that we have. Now, the reason a Devour version is so powerful is because the 50% multiplicativity, if that's even a word, of the weapon happens after all of the additive bonus effects of Bloodsucking Blades and Hunting Feast, and then they are multiplied by 50%. So you can see that here that we're at 3.21 and we lose 0.94, and that's 50%, but we have to subtract this because this is added after this is multiplied. So kind of keep that in mind if you are going for these kinds of setups. And if we go for a Ichor or a drain activator, you can see there, whoops, you can see there that we got 28 Ichor in one drain attack, or one attack. Okay, and let's go for a charge attack here. Now, because we are going for Crush Ice, we are able to stagger her like all the time, just because of the fact of how our weapon operates. Okay, whoops. Okay, well, fortunately we got out of there good enough. Okay, great. Okay, let's go ahead and wail away here for a second. And that stupid water. Oh, ouch. Thanks, you. Oh, he was dead, I'm dead. Okay, we're both dead. She healed me and then the executioner killed me immediately. So unfortunately there, that first run was so very good. I would have liked to have had that one. Thanks, EO. Don't give up. I agree, don't give up. But you can see that the damage that we have output is pretty decent for here at max difficulty. It's nothing to write home about, but having that constant ice damage is very, very helpful. And there is no any kind of Ichor concerns at all. We just have to hit her every now and then, pretty much, to make sure that we have the actual damage to hit, to actually proc our ice value from the charge attack, like this. Good. Okay, let's get ice. Great. Let's go for a charge attack. Good. Okay, that was good amount of damage there. Good job, EO. Whoops. We missed her somehow. Okay, good. That's always good to not get her into a stagger state in phase 1, so you can get her into an instant stagger state here in phase 2, which is great. Okay. Now remember that we do not have insane amounts of stamina here along the way, so we do have to kind of preserve that a little bit. Okay, great. And you can see that that we're perfectly capable to stagger her along the way here, just because we are doing a whole lot of crush damage, which is awesome. Okay, and we're gonna have to go for another another charge attack here if we can. Okay, let's back up and go ahead and heal. And one more. Good. Okay, and let's go for a charge attack. I figured that was coming for me. Thanks you. Okay, now we do need some ichor here. Awesome. Okay, let's go for a charge attack. Good, and we got all of our ichor back and everything. So that's beautiful. Okay, that's fine. She can do that. Not a problem. And we'll go for... That's nice that we do have that long range option there. And let's go for a charge attack. Oh, just out of range. Okay, well, thanks, Eo. And that's some of the problem with the charge attack, is that you do have to gauge the distance you are to her in order to make it worth your actual ability to actually go for a charge attack. But the charge attack is very, very strong, as we do get that 5% ice increase to our damage. And here on the Executioner, that 5% is actually pretty helpful, as that's about, let's see, about 100 damage or so extra that we get for free, just because we're doing a charge attack. And because we're doing crush damage, that's the best kind of damage you can be doing against the Executioner, as it will stagger her more often, while at the same time it is the one she has the least amount of defense against. So very, 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 very good here overall. Even though the Sharur does boast more ichor recovery and defenses overall as what its main benefits are, plus the ice defense here, as well as the ice damage that you get from it, but it does boast some pretty good strength scaling, while at the same time we are able to get a pretty high damage value here, with being normal mobility, that's an extra 10%, and then our value here, we're getting about 635 added, which brings us up to about 2,000, or about, we're here, about 2,000 damage we get from Bridge to Glory, and then the 20% here, and then the extra 10% here, plus the 5% from here. So it's pretty good damage overall. It's nothing crazy insane levels, but it's moderate to good, and it's good enough for what we need it to be doing here in the Howling Pit. So as you guys digest this, I thank you for watching, and hopefully this helped you see a different way to use the Sharur for an ichor generator, and a little bit about how the ichor values add up here to help you get a really good benefit out of when to use a Devour Chrome on a weapon, and how that stacks up with all of the values here. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.